I mean, honestly, I feel like I nailed it. So I've made lots of different fake meats. You guys know my intro. I talk about all of the bacons, the chickens that I've made. But one of the most simple recipes that I've done was when I upgraded the Gardein chicken patty to taste like Popeye's chicken sandwich. But instead of upgrading just one plant-based store-bought product, today we're gonna be upgrading the Beyond Sausage and Just Egg. And we're gonna upgrade them to taste like the McDonald's sausage McMuffin. There's a lot of breakfast sausages on the market already, and you could simply use one of them, but Beyond really did nail it with their pork flavor with their Beyond sausage. The problem is they don't have a breakfast sausage version. So we're gonna change that. We're gonna turn these into the McDonald's sausage patty. Now, Just Egg works really great to scramble eggs, but it won't cook properly in like a ring. It just doesn't come out the same. It's a chewy texture. So we're gonna upgrade the Just Egg to look and taste and resemble the McDonald's circular egg disc. So let's get going. This is gonna be pretty easy and fun. So to make this entirely plant-based, you do have to find an English muffin that's plant-based. Thomas English muffins are not, but just about every other English muffin that I saw, there was Dave's Killer, and this is the Publix brand. It's plant-based, no whey or egg products in it. We're also just gonna need some onion powder, thyme, and some sage. That's gonna be the key ingredients to turning the Beyond into a breakfast sausage. For the egg, it's gonna be really simple, just some firm tofu. And we're also gonna need a little pinch of black salt. Black salt is what's gonna give the tofu a slightly eggy taste along with the Just Egg. So black salt, or kala namak, is an Indian black salt that is known for its sulfur-like egg smell. Black salt is made by taking rock salt and kiln firing it with a few other ingredients to where a chemical reaction occurs, and then it is cooled down, aged, and then ground into a fine powder. That fine powder we end up buying ends up having a very pungent egg smell and egg taste. It almost has like a rotten egg smell. It's probably the best ingredient to have when making plant-based eggs, because really not much else comes this close to an egg taste. It's pretty awesome. So let's get going. First things that we're gonna do is we need to defrost our Beyond sausage and drain our tofu. So I'm gonna use a tofu press to squeeze out any remaining liquid. You have to make sure that the tofu is very, very drained. These things are fairly cheap. I'll link it in my Amazon store. If you don't have one of these, they're really awesome. So now that our Beyond sausage is thawed, what we're gonna do is remove the alginate casing. Like this is the very similar casing that we made in our last sausage video. This should just peel right off, just like a regular casing would. So this is almost a pound of the sausage, the brat flavor. We're gonna try to overcome some of that flavor by adding some breakfast sausage seasonings and spices. So to start off, we're gonna do about a half of a teaspoon of sage, and a half teaspoon of thyme, half teaspoon of onion powder, and I'm gonna do a whole teaspoon of brown sugar. I'm gonna pinch in a heavy pinch of coarse kosher salt and quite a few cracks of black pepper. Now right here alone, you have a nice breakfast sausage blend, but I'm gonna take it up with about a half of a teaspoon of maple syrup. This is not in the normal McDonald's breakfast blend, but it's gonna help overcome some of the Beyond sausage taste. So what I'm gonna do is just take my spatula and we're just gonna mix this in really well and make sure it's combined all the way through. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna let this sit together, let those seasonings and spices kind of flavor that Beyond sausage really well. Let's move back to our egg. I just spilled that liquid all over. Okay, so this should be drained fairly well. Looks like we're not dripping anymore. So let's remove the tofu from our tofu press. So now all we wanna do is slice this to the appropriate thickness. The McDonald's egg is about as thick as a mason jar lid. So I'm just gonna kinda give myself a few little marks so that way I know where I'm at. And then I'm just gonna use a ring mold to pop out our circular shape. We're gonna make kind of like a yolk shape with this. I'm gonna use this just little cutter that I have that's gonna be perfect for a yolk. Just press that in there and get rid of that center piece. And then all we're gonna do is give our tofu a light sprinkle of the black salt. A little bit of this goes a long way, so I'm just doing a light sprinkle. I'm gonna kind of just brush it in. This is really gonna give this a nice eggy flavor. We're gonna do this quickly on both sides, and we're gonna get our non-stick skillet ready to cook these guys up. So I'm just gonna use just a dollop of some Earth Balance butter. You could use whatever butter you want. I like the Earth Balance. We're gonna put that on a low heat, and I'm gonna drop both of my tofu egg whites into the pan. We're gonna give our Just Egg a real nice shake, and then we're gonna pour it into the center yolk positions. You don't need much, but it's gonna make such a difference. I'm only gonna get them about halfway full. There we go. We'll hang tight for a minute and let these guys cook and turn into a nice egg bite. It's gonna be really good. Now I'm gonna use my little spatula thing that I got here. You can use a little whatever you got that's not gonna damage your pan, and just kind of stir the inside of this Just Egg up to make sure everything gets a nice contact with the saucepan there. So now all we gotta do is flip these guys over. That looks awesome. Drop that down in, make sure the other side of that Just Egg cooks, and let's pour in on the other side and fill that hole the rest of the way up. Now I'm kind of just letting this Just Egg spread out and fill up any cracks that the tofu formed, kind of smooth out that surface. And I'm gonna flip this over and cook the other side one more time. It's unbelievable. So there we have it. This is our upgraded egg white ring, or sandwich egg. I can't wait to dig into this. So next up, let's just slice our muffins and then lightly toast them. I'm gonna toast them in my Brava. So all we're gonna do is just divide our sausage meat into 4 sections. The easiest way to do that is to kind of roll it into a log. Make sure that's even. Cut down the middle, and down the middle. Now what we're gonna do is use the same ring mold. I'm gonna drop these guys in. I'm just gonna use a ramekin to press down and get the appropriate size. And then repeat, we're gonna make 4 patties. So let's bring back our nonstick skillet on a medium heat. We're gonna add another dollop of butter. Now we might be adding a little bit more butter as we go. The McDonald's breakfast patties, and most breakfast patties in the general, are pretty greasy, so we wanna make sure that remains that way. Let's throw these guys in the butter and cook them up just a few minutes each side. Our English muffins are looking good. We're gonna set those right here for now. Flip this sausage patty over and see how we're doing. Oh man, perfect, perfect. So the McDonald's muffin starts with the bun and then cheese on the bun. So I'm gonna put the cheese right here on the bun. I'm gonna drop these back into the oven. I'm gonna pull the tops off here. This is hot. Just let the heat melt these. Let's cook the rest of these up real quick. Okay, so the sausage patties are all done. We have to top these things, so we have our muffins with our melted cheese. Next up is the sausage patty on top with the egg, a little bit of butter on the top bun, and then you have an upgraded Beyond Sausage, Just Egg, McDonald's Sausage McMuffin. I mean, oh, I'm so stoked about this. Wow. Everything, it nailed it. That is good, good, good. Wow. It's honestly better. It's honestly better. I can't get over how well the Beyond Sausage worked out to be that sausage recipe. I mean, it tastes like McDonald's. But the tofu egg came out perfect. I mean, dead on. But there's the yolk portion. That's delicious. Absolutely delicious. So gang, I just wanted to remind you that Trade is going to be giving the first 100 people who click the link below 30% off of your first coffee. Just click the link in the description below and use my code SauceStache to get your 30% off today. All the names that you see scrolling over here on the side are the members of the Sauce Squad. You can join the Sauce Squad for only $1 a month. I've had a lot of new members recently, so I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining. If you haven't yet, make sure you click the subscribe button, and you can click this video right here. This is gonna be my upgrade in the Garden to Popeyes. I don't know, it's gonna be a long run after this McDonald's one, because I'll tell you, this is really good.